Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for another special Spirits Review. Today we're coming to you with a store pick. Tonight we are knocking on heaven's door. You knew it was going to come, so we might as well just get it out of the way now. Yes, Heaven's Door, single barrel, cask strength, straight bourbon whiskey by Wine, Beer, and Spirits of Lincoln and Omaha, and now Grand Island, Nebraska. Yes, much like the K.O.E. Nation, their kingdom grows as well. So, folks, this is Heaven's Door. If you don't know, this is Bob Dylan's distillery, basically. I mean, he is the person that's most associated with it. I'm sure there's a couple other people that are working there like, what? Sheesh, Steve's a pretty good guy here too, but no, Heaven's Door, folks. But this is a special review because it doesn't just feature me, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. Folks, you can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. That is K.O.E. Nation, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. But I'm joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
Tony G. Like, share, subscribe. The Blend Master is here, and I am super duper uber ready to try this beautiful, exciting, enticing, and tantalizing store pick.
And we're also joined from across the Missouri River, all the way over in Iowa. So yes, folks, this is a true Missouri River interstate compact right here. I mean, forget any of that other stuff about water rights and stuff you've heard about. This is the one that really matters. Joined all the way from Iowa at the chicken coop, the one, the only,
Jesse the dad bod, chicken, online political bully. I got many titles at this point, but yeah, glad to be here.
Many titles, folks. And you know, at me, I'm a lord of the Scottish Highland. I'm a conqueror of the ethereal. I'm a prince and potentate of the political parlance. And this evening, we are going to review this marvelous whiskey. Now, gentlemen, start your engines. Start pulling your plastics.
Yes.
This one, the reason I got into this one is the folks at Wine, Beer, and Spirits all said this is a caramel bomb. Well, challenge accepted. So, let me know when you're ready to pop your cork.
I'm good.
All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Not bad.
Oh, it smells delish.
It does.
Oh my God, it does. Oh.
Yes.
I do
Bob
like
Dylan.
on the back of the, if you look through the back side of the bottle, you can see Bob Dylan's signature through there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Now this one has our annual single barrel bourbon limited allocation is comprised both of our own distilled barrels and sourced from partnering whiskey makers. Well, you know, everybody does that. Let's not pretend otherwise. The mash bill, they have it here. It's 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. You need that to get the natural enzymes. Distilled in Indiana, probably MGP. Like, I don't know why people always, poo-poo that, because they obviously know what they're doing. I had to get a sniff before I continued.
The legs on this are really interesting too. You give her a little swirl, it leaves a defined line all the way around, but it doesn't come down like a normal bourbon does.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like silk stockings on a stripper.
Yeah.
God, they tell you the Rick level, the cooperage, the char, and the toast. Like, they get like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. What Heaven's Door does right here needs to be an industry standard.
I agree.
Like, everybody needs to do this. Like this
presents so nicely. I enjoy the gimmick, as you can see behind us on the screen. It's an old church converted into a distillery, hence the name Heaven's Door. But yeah, this tells you everything you need to know. It presents beautifully in a unique looking bottle. It's got the gimmick, the celebrity nostalgia, and plus the store picks with a caramel bomb mythos to it. Like, this is amazing. And like you said, it's got the mash bill, where it was distilled, the warehouse, the everything you could possibly want. But most importantly, for a proof snob such as myself, of course this lets you know this is 123.36 proof for a 61.68 ABV.
It
Oh,
doesn't
boy.
smell
Woo!
like it. It does not smell like that on the nose.
Yeah, I would agree. No, you can tell it's strong. I don't know that I would have guessed that this was 120 plus proof, maybe 101 or bottled in bond, but no, this is a delightful nose.
Interesting stuff. So, folks, we'll all have to the camera give a little cling,
Cling.
cling. See how it hits the palate.
Mm. Mm. Woo!
Yep.
But you can tell it's 120 plus proof. Woo!
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
mommy.
Tony, turn yourself down a little.
Huh. Woo!
Oh Lord. Yeah, that one is
That's intense.
it's warm.
Oh man, that is
a cold weather drink.
That
oh
is.
baby, that
We
will
got a
warm
negative
your
9-degree temps coming up here this weekend. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. Oh baby, that is special. I'm
That is
blown away here. Ultimately, right out of the gate, I took a healthy drink there, so I'm still coming down the peak of that roller coaster, if you will. But wow, I
I
can
get the
see.
caramel.
Oh, 100%. Like I was
But
having a hard time
there's like
getting past that.
Yeah, there's like a charred oak with it too, though. Like the char mainly. Like there's always oak there, but that char taste. It's not like a peat. It's like a burnt chocolate caramel.
Yeah, this is I get a feeling that if you were to proof this down a little bit, like bring it closer to 80, this would just be straight caramel in a glass. It would just be chicken's like, well, I challenge accepted, sir.
I will drop just a few drops in there. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, I see what you mean with the
second drink
like a
is
baker's
not
chocolate.
nearly as intense as the first.
No,
Right.
This is also my first drink of the day, so that first one.
Oh
was-
man,
Ooh.
even the nose changes a ton with just a few drops.
okay. Well,
Almost get like a vanilla now.
Interesting. So,
let's give that a go. Oh yeah. No, that definitely opens it up. Yeah, you're right. Vanilla, like an extract.
Oats.
Yeah, this is one. And full disclosure, I think it's been well established. I really, really like a high proof whiskey, but
no.
yeah, it is. This I would not begrudge at all for anybody adding a little bit of water or throwing some ice in. I would probably just do water. For bourbon specifically, I like to keep it more of a room temperature myself, so I would probably go to water before I went with an ice ball. But this one I think would go well with like an ice ball or a cube.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I agree.
I was about to say
Diluting it just a little bit, I think that is the ticket. I mean, you've got a lot of wiggle room here.
Yeah.
A lot.
123. You can afford to do it a little bit.
Yeah.
This one is. I see what they mean by caramel bomb, but like Chicken said, there's all this other there's so much toast there.
There's a lot going on.
There's cinnamon there. Vanilla heavy.
Wow.
I'm glad that I was steered this direction. So Heaven's Door is one I'm gonna have to keep my eyes on going forward.
Wow.
Now this
I
is
I was
for it,
going to
Chicken.
say there's several like high proof bourbons and whiskeys that I've tried to add water to, and some of them open up a little bit and you get a little bit. This one, like when you hear people say that, this is the one that does it the most for me. This completely changed the profile, or maybe not the profile of it, but like when you hear something opens up, this one, wow, it opened up.
Yeah, I agree. Like this, again, the wiggle room
Well, now
is
I
there.
have to try.
This is beautiful. Like I think maybe that's why you come in so strong with such a high proof with a store pick like this. Obviously, this is going to be something that's scarce in quantity. You're not going to have availability to this very long. So having a high
Right.
proof does allow you to dilute it to your liking, thus preserving it as long as you really want to in terms of how quickly you drink down the bottle. So that's kind of a nice little way to give back to people who seek out your store picks or are brand loyal, because you are allowed to enjoy the drink kind of to the proof of your liking. And for me, if you took this down to a 105, I think it would be just perfect. I might have went a little too heavy with the water. I'm probably sitting about 95, but yeah, I think 105 would be just perfect.
Ooh, God, you guys are right. Like that cut a lot of that spice out at the end there.
Mhm.
And then you're left with all the sweet still there and a little light toast.
There's a glaze at the end that hangs with me, kind of like a donut glaze.
I'm going to disagree with you guys. I think this is one that'd go great on the rocks. I think I would.
I'll be trying it on the rocks, I think.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a future stream sometime in the next week or two where like, hey, everybody, I'm here at the Mill of Extreme drinking this on the rocks tonight. Give me your questions. That might actually happen, folks. So that's interesting. So this one does open up. And like you said, one of the things that's good about a high proof whiskey is you can add water to a whiskey. You can't take it out.
Exactly.
Right. So
it's nice to be able to enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it, from hard hitting harsh to mellowed down to an enjoyable sipper. So yeah, you get anything in between.
As all whiskey should be. Enjoyed how you prefer it.
Now,
exactly.
Guys, we've tried it neat right out the bottle. We've tried it with a few drops of water. Now we get to the difficult part of our evening, and that is the grading. Now, for those who don't know, we grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you need to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E. Nation has advised you well. Now, we're going to grade this on a couple of different scales. We're going to grade it as a bourbon, as a whiskey, as a cask-aged spirit, its shelving, and then for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, folks, Tony, Chicken, as a bourbon, how would you rate this on a 5-star scale?
Go ahead.
I'll probably be generous on this. I actually really enjoyed this. For a bourbon, there's a lot going on here. I'm gonna go 4.
Dang, I have to agree with him. That was exactly what I was thinking before he even said 4. It's damn fine stuff. It's much better than the average stuff you're gonna find on any store shelf. Like, we've only had a handful of bourbons that are better, so I'm gonna have to go with 4. Tony?
As a bourbon, I'm not going to be quite as generous. I'm going to go 3.5. And I'm going to say that because it is very, very sweet, which I know we enjoy thoroughly. The proof is so high, you've got to adjust a little bit to really appreciate the full flavor profile. Nothing wrong with that. I enjoy that immensely, but just for solo bourbon grading purposes, I think it's going to hurt it just a tad in that area. So I'm going to go 3.5.
And that's why I gave it a 4. Was that type of complexity. This is where you sit down across the bar from somebody that is a mild or a newer bourbon lover, and you say, hey, try this one. They're like, oh, that's too hot, that's too spicy. Be like, okay, let's do the couple drops of water. And you just turned into a magician, and you showed them the complexity of a drink.
What you just said is the reason why on a whiskey scale, I'm going to go the other way. And I am going to give it a 4 because you can do so much with this. You can enjoy it neat. You can do the rocks. You can splash some water. Hell, you could honestly, like this, I could do it with a store pick, but you could mix this.
I was about to say, think about I always talk about one of my favorite cocktails that I don't make nearly enough is a whiskey fix.
Yeah, this is good whiskey.
2 parts bourbon, 1 part lemon juice, 1 part simple syrup served over crushed ice.
This would be amazing.
Yeah, this I'm trying to think, like, old fashioned this would be good for, but I think really something with just, it's got to be served over ice and with a sweetener, and then with a small dash of, like I said, a fruit juice of some kind to really express it properly. And I think you got something special here.
Yeah, I actually think I undersold it as a whiskey. I'm gonna go 4.25 as a whiskey because the proof is there, the flavor profile is sweet and delicious, but you can get it to where you want it, and you can do almost anything with this. So yeah, as a whiskey, 4.25.
The proof is in the pudding for Tony G. Chicken, what do you give it as a whiskey?
I'm gonna agree with Tony on the whiskey. I love this as a whiskey. I'm gonna go 4.25 as well.
I'm gonna disagree with you two, but only just, and give it 4 stars as a whiskey. I think it's good. This could be a good Old Faithful. If this was all you could find, you'd be overserved, actually.
Yes.
But whiskey's a wide world of sports now, isn't it? There's a lot of whiskey in the world, but I'm putting this one in swinging distance of pretty much any of them. So well done, Bob Dylan. Then we move on to cask aged spirit. This is putting it up against all the rums, Armagnacs, cognacs, reposado tequilas, añejo tequilas, all the things in the world of cask aging. Tony G, what would you put this as?
We don't have an official age statement on this, so
the one thing that's missing on all the information here.
Yeah, that for everything that's there. I mean, the mash bill, the proof, and everything in the store, and the barrel number. There's no implication on how old this is, so I have a feeling it's fairly young. I'll be honest, because you can kind of taste
around 6 years.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think that there's probably room for maturity here. So proof alone, yes, that obviously helps in this category, but just on taste profile alone, I'm guessing it's a little young, so that's going to hurt it, and I'm going to say 3.5, 3.75, somewhere in there.
Which one for official posterity? Are you going to split the difference? 3.6.
I'm going to split the difference and say 3.63.5.
Oh wow! All right, we're getting very exact, yes. Dave.
Well, I mean, Jesus, the proof and the ABV have a point, so I can use a point. Come on, sir. That's a new rule at the KOE Nation. If the proof is 123.36, you can break the star scale and use points.
Okay, that's fair. If the proof has to be measured in decibels, you can start breaking it up. I think that's a new one. Me, as the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Extreme, I will accept this. So. Okay. Chicken as a cask age, what do you give it?
3.75. This is very good. And it stacks up against a lot of other cask strength age. Goddamn age strengths.
Yes.
Yes. Now, me, I'm gonna disagree with you, but only just. To me, this is excellence in casking and cooperage. Even though they don't give us an age statement, everything that you're tasting here is coming from the cask and its Rick selection. So as cask aged, I am going to maintain 4 stars. And the reason being is because this distillery is from Tennessee. Now, this particular distillate's from Indiana, but this is actual bourbon from Tennessee.
Because they don't ruin it.
Yes, exactly. With charcoal for some reason. So, yes, Chicken's like, oh, not here. Guys, not here. There. Yep. Me and Tony are basically on opposite sides. We're Jedi and Sith when it comes to is Jack Daniel's bourbon. Like, it's just, and nary in the middle shall we ever meet. It's not a bourbon and never will be. So, anyways.
It is a bourbon. They just
Tennessee whiskey was ruined
with a charcoal filtration process.
It is not a bourbon. All right. Anyways, so
Mom, Dad, stop.
I'm gonna turn this
just shitty bourbon.
All right. So let us know in the comments where you fall on is Jack Daniel's bourbon debate. We'd love to know. So we now move on to shelving. Where is this going to sit on your shelves? This is tough because it's not quite a top and it's not quite a middle, is it? Am I right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like it looks cool enough. It's a high proof. It's a store pick, like so availability's tough.
You might be like up all night wondering that because, like you said, because this is the last bottle of this we'll ever own. It is a top shelf, but I have just the perfect amount of room for it in my middle shelf. So that's probably where it's going to sit next to all my Maker's Mark, which, if you know me, I'm a mark for Maker's Mark. I fucking love some Maker's Mark. So that is... well,
it'll be amongst good company either way.
Yes. So I'm going to have to say it's my middle shelf.
All right. I will agree. Although it would look just fine on top as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to go on my top shelf of like my standard must drink this if you come visit. It's going to go on my top shelf of shareables for people to come visit. This is shit you have to try if you don't know what you're doing and you're getting into this. Because I really, for somebody who's enthusiastic about bourbon but hasn't dipped their foot in the pool, I think that's a great experience for them. And this is a beautiful looking bottle to sit up there next to some of those other pretty ones that I have up there. That's where it's going, which is equivalent to middle/top shelf of my regular stuff. So.
Nice. So basically it's like, like an intercontinental title holder that's getting ready to go to the world title scene next. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Nice. So Heaven's Door in our first few sips has impressed thoroughly. So we're all pretty much and Tony,
we have some more Heaven's Door to sample because we've spoiled ourselves a little bit by starting out our foray, all three of us for the first time experiencing Heaven's Door at 123 plus proof with a store pick. So yes, we do have the sampler pack, including the straight bourbon whiskey, the double barrel whiskey, and the straight rye whiskey.
You guys,
those reviews are coming soon, and folks, I think we're going to have to get to those pretty quickly because if it all pans out and things don't get canceled along the way, in just a few short weeks, yours truly will be knocking on Heaven's Door Distillery in Tennessee itself. So I am actually pretty excited to dip into this sampler, just because I can't go there blind and not having tried their pinnacle line. Come on.
I was about to say, now Tony, you realize when you go there, you kind of have to go to the church front door and knock on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
record it.
But it's like, God, you guys got the Heaven's Door 3-pack. Gall. I can't imagine. It's not like I have any better bottles than that. Shucks. But
you could just come over and sample this with
I think I'm gonna have to.
all review.
Yes, I think I'm gonna have to. But we aren't quite done with the review of this amazing store pick quite yet. Okay. So the question is now, gentlemen, the secret fifth question is, do you guys remember what you paid for this bottle? Was it like $60?
Yeah, I would say about 60 something.
Yeah, something like that.
So when this bottle runs empty, will you seek another one is the secret fifth question. And that's kind of tough because there are no more of this particular bottle. But what I do like about wine, beer, and spirits is they have annual store picks from the same distilleries.
Yes.
So don't worry, folks. You will be able to pick one up like this very soon. But also, this is kind of a preview of what you can expect from any wine, or not wine, beer, and spirit, but any Heaven's Door single barrel pick, folks. It's going to be an interesting, to be frank, spicy, but also slightly over-sweetened experience. And I like sweet whiskeys, and a lot of people seem to run away from that. I don't know why. I love overly sweetened whiskeys. And that's what Tony would probably call it, overly sweetened, like the Dalmore and that kind of stuff. Now that's a Scotch, but that's something that I generate too. This has it. You have to water it down just a frit to get to that sweet because, the spice you'll get right on top of you.
I think if I was going to be looking for a unicorn from Heaven's Door specifically, I'm probably going to be most curious to acquire the Heaven's Door Redbreast cask finish because I'm a huge fan of Redbreast Irish whiskey, and that just sounds marvelous.
I was about to say that doesn't sound like that's going to be too bad.
No, I think that'll be just fine.
So good luck with that one in your travels when you go to Tennessee to one of the few places that makes Tennessee bourbon. Actually, very few places that makes actual.
No, it's not one of the only places that makes Tennessee bourbon. They just don't ruin it
and make it not bourbon anymore.
God damn it!
Still kind of bourbon.
Chicken's like, all right, you two, I'm going to turn this car right around unless. So we will get into that later.
I will.
We need to have a
Purchase
roundtable discussion.
anything
on that.
Heaven's Hill as long as that 3-pack.
Oh God, not Heaven's Hill.
God damn it! Oh,
no.
Heaven's Door! Oh, Jesus!
Yeah.
Melting.
I think I had acid reflux from you saying Heaven's Hill.
Like Heaven Hill is not as well appreciated on the K.O.E. Nation.
Yeah, it's not a personal favorite. No,
we're gonna give it one more shot in the upcoming Bourbon tournament because I got some heavy hitters for it. Elijah Craig 18.
That's true.
And I got their 12-year. So we're going to see how those, if they can make it, we'll see, folks. But we're talking about Heaven's Door and how this is a great distillery that's got a great backer. They've got an angel investor. So, you know, there's not going to be a case where they're going to put out bunk stuff because they've got an angel investor and Bob Dylan who's put his name on it. So they know it has to have some level of quality to it. So that's, you know, usually when you get a celebrity whiskey, you got one of two things that happens. You either get a Conor McGregor proper number 12, which is just cashing in on his name and everybody wants to try it because it's got Conor McGregor's name on it. Or you get something like Heaven's Door here, where the celebrities actually invested into the idea behind it, and it actually seems to really pan out. So
I think a better example would be The Rock's Terramana Tequila or Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull Vodka.
There you go.
Yes, folks. And now, if we missed any celebrity spirits in all of this, be sure
Ryan
to let
Reynolds
us know.
Gin, Aviation.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I think he just sold that actually.
Did
So, yes. Now, Tony, Chicken, anything you'd like to say to the people?
Sir.
No,
As
beautiful.
I'm known to
Love
say
it.
around, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this very special review of Heaven's Door cask strength straight bourbon whiskey from Wine, Beer, and Spirits, Lincoln and Omaha, folks. I am the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E. You can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, K.O.E. Nation on Twitch, and K.O.E. Nation on TikTok, folks. K.O.E. Nation, that's K as in King, O as in oh my God. You can find K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, and E as in extremely happy to know that you can find K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, folks. Yes, K.O.E. Nation. Folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us on this very special edition where we were knocking on heaven's door. Hi. Knocking on heaven's door. Oh, wait.
That's enough.
That's the actual row.
That's enough.
Sorry, Bob. We're children of the 80s and 90s. What can I say? So, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I hope to find all of you back here at the K.O.E. Nation, happy, healthy, much the wiser. Tony, Chicken, take it away.
As always, appreciate you. Love you. Cheers, folks.
Cheers indeed.
Smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. Nice. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.